Well, what a crazy week it has been. SBF arrested, congressional hearing on FTX, Fed raises rates. But the big question looming over the markets, is Binance going to go down? Are they the next domino to fall? How low would Bitcoin go if this happens? We'll find out in around 10 minutes because it's time for Chico Crypto. Rumors are running wild that the Binance exchange doesn't have full reserves, and their demise could be coming very soon. The hype of this came from popular Twitter influencer Dylan LeClaire, who posted screen grabs about Binance, and the person warning Dylan said, "Let people know to get their funds off Binance. Use my tweet if you want to, or create your own. People need to know executives are bailing, institutional jump capital fleeing, and charges coming." Dylan asks for more info, and the leaker says they've confirmed leadership losses. Accounting contacts have serious issues with their PR. No reporter can confirm the identity of the parent or ownership structure of Binance, and can't track down a meaningful listing of executives beyond CZ. All items and stories are set to come out from outlets like CNBC, Bloomberg, TruthDAO. Well, guess who warned Binance would come and fall after FTX 2 weeks ago? Chico Crypto did. We posted this video. Binance is next. We have 100% proof they run on fractional reserves. And in the video I showed that their proof of the reserves website may have released their liabilities instead of their reserves. And things do not look good. That video is down in the description if you'd like to check it out. But is anything Dylan tweeted true? Oh, well, yes. Over the past 6 months, 7 high-level Binance executives have jumped ship, including Brian Kian, head of Binance Labs. And then Binance US quit a major US crypto lobbying association in April of this year, aka they were booted out for some reason. No one admits when they are fired or broken up with, same with this. So they will set up their own, aka no other US lobbying association will let them join. How about institutional capital fleeing the exchange, like from their main market maker Jump? Well, large amounts of capital started leaving the exchange, billions in 24 hours. And I'll tell you what, that isn't all retail. And Andrew at AP_ArchPublic on Twitter tweeted earlier this week, "Take a look at the jump withdrawals from Binance in the last 7 days. This is a significant uptick for Jump and others," with a screenshot of the withdrawals from Binance. Yeah, Jump, who's Binance's biggest market maker, is withdrawn like mad. So are many other large institutional players, and they were doing it before this FUD started. What about charges coming for Binance from US authorities and regulators? Well, Reuters put out an article this week. Exclusive. US Justice Department is split over charging Binance as crypto world falters. And the article says, splits between US Department of Justice prosecutors are delaying the conclusion of a long-running criminal investigation into the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance. Some of the at least half-dozen federal prosecutors involved in the case believe the evidence already gathered justifies moving aggressively against the exchange and filing criminal charges against individual executives, including founder Changpeng Zhao, said 2 of the sources. What-oh? Binance is in trouble. The DOJ is coming to burst the exchange bubble. I wonder why Binance is in the DOJ and regulators' crosshairs. Well, they are doing some terrible and shady shiznit in my opinion. Like the BNB chain being used as a centralized honeypot for wash trading funds. Deso Got a Vision on Twitter tweeted, "Just a heads up. I've got more digging to do, but I've got some damning evidence that BNB's mostly a Binance shell game. Binance Hot Wallet 22 with over 1 million BNB in balance. How did it get there?" They then show on-chain proof of what happened and say, well, okay, maybe it's normal market operations moving a million BNB. Checking Wallet 20, which has a lot more transactions, to see where it got 1 million BNB from, I came across this. Now, I can't for the life of me figure out why Binance moved in aggregate 2.4 million BNB out of Binance Hot Wallet 6 to Hot Wallet 20, only to move it back to 6 2 days later and drop a million in Hot Wallet 22 a few days after that. Meaning Hot Wallet 6 sends to 20, which sends it back to 6, but that's a vast majority of BNB token movements. Here's some smaller ones to show you that they do happen and do get shown, but you have to look for them in a sea of zeros. Other large transactions are very rare. Hot Wallet should be far more active. How convenient is that? Aside from these things acting like crypto tumblers to begin with, CZ can claim anything about Hot Wallet 6's activity as it's unverifiable. If the people they say are trading BNB on their platform don't actually exist and they're wash trading bots instead, that would look exactly the same as it does now. So there you go. It's up to CZ Binance to explain why the vast bulk of BNB in wallets moves in chunks or doesn't move at all. And if it's because it's all internally settled on Binance, we need proof of that, because the whole point of crypto is on-chain verification. Well, isn't this just convenient? CZ was on CNBC yesterday and was asked why his exchange didn't do a full audit and proof of reserve. Let's watch CZ squirm and say the Big Four doesn't know how to audit a crypto exchange. Let's listen in.
But audits don't reveal every problem. So,
no, but an audit from a Big Four auditor would reveal that, CZ. If you could get a Big Four auditor to say that, if you're saying that some of them don't want to work with you, that raises questions too. They don't want to work with you because you don't have the files and the data that would make them feel comfortable signing off and giving that stamp of approval?
Actually, many of them don't even know how to audit crypto exchanges. They don't really, when they audit, they're very used to auditing a firm.
CZ is obviously squirming, stuttering left and right throughout that entire question.
They don't really, when they audit, they're very used to auditing a firm.
And then he says the Big Four don't have the skills to audit his exchange. All I have to say is laugh out loud, because if they were audited, it would be revealed BNB Chain is a honeypot used for wash trading. And the Big Four doesn't know how to audit crypto companies and exchanges? Deloitte is a Big Four auditor, and as we can see, they have blockchain services on their website. They even have a section on their website titled An Internal Auditor's Guide to Auditing Blockchain. The same goes for another Big Four, Ernst & Young. They offer blockchain services, including many blockchain auditing tools, even a blockchain reconciler. Again, why no audit when these guys can obviously do it? Well, it would also be found out that the Binance charity is being used in nefarious ways. I created a video on this back in 2019, tracking funds from their charity titled Binance and Justin Sun, $1 million donation lies, charity funds tracked. And let me tell you, some real shady stuff was happening with the funds. That video's in the description too if you want to give it a watch. And finally, there's this. Bitfinex on Twitter tweeted, "Exchange coordination room is real. Number 1, messages are set to expire after 4 weeks. Number 2, CZ demands a pause of trading and withdraws except for Tron chat coins.
Buy my shitcoin.
3, former Bitfinex employee Zane Tackett, who wanted to bet against Tether with him, is in the room with a screenshot with proof of the room, and CZ is in there. Exchange coordination? Exchanges are coordinating together? Yeah, that is illegal. Bitfinex continued, dropping more. So let's review. SDNY takes over Tether's criminal investigation. Tether PR increasingly going on cocaine benders. SBF, Tether's largest customer, arrested for fraud. Paulo Ordonio freaking out about a 250,000 USDT trade depegging Tether. CZ freaking out in exchange coordination with the proof of the chat. There's also this from Bitfinex. He tweeted with proof. Meet Zane Tackett. Zane Tackett was allegedly an employee of SBF. Zane Tackett is an admin of exchange coordination. Zane Tackett, while working for SBF, makes CZ an admin of exchange coordination. CZ then asked to eject Zane Tackett's boss, SBF, from the room. Who does Zane work for? And finally, this from Bitfinex. He tweeted, Paulo to CZ. Kudos, by the way, for exposing the FTX fraud. That was masterfully executed. Obviously, this exchange coordination room had a major leak, and we're just getting the leftovers. I bet there are more damaging conversations, and they could be in the hands of the DOJ and regulators.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too.
Well, viewers, I do hope Binance goes down. As bad actors in the space, they need to go eventually. Bitcoin would crash, yes, but it would bounce back hard around 10K. And another exchange would take over right where Binance left off. Crypto doesn't need CZ or Binance. It doesn't need anyone because it's trustless. Cheers. I'll see you next time.